Who is Herman? Some of you have seen him before, heard about him, seen some of my videos. Thought I'd give a little more explanation of this tractor, what kind of makes it unique. First off, I guess I'd like to say it's a Oliver 1950. That's the model number, not the year. This one was built in 1966, and this is all factory. It's actually missing a few things from the factory. There were originally some dust shields that enclose the operator area. You can see where the line is here, where the paint is missing. Down into here, attached to the platform down in here. I need to find some of them yet. Trying to get them back to more original. But these big tires are their factory. It was called the Terra tire option. A lot of people call Toro. That's a longer story, but El Toro's pretty good. You know, it means the bull. But the idea behind these large flotation tires was partially flotation, but also stability. White did, and Oliver did have the crawler line, the Cleat-Track crawlers, but they kind of weren't selling as good. And this would kind of replace it in those hilly countries, hilly areas like Idaho, western states. The extra wide stance would help with stability and to help with flotation. This one was Herman. He was bought new by a farmer in Nebraska, the Sandhills of Nebraska. Ordered this way. Another thing that's unique about him is the Detroit diesel. GM diesel engine that powers it. It's a 2-stroke diesel. This is a 453, which means it has 4 cylinders. That darn wind. And has 4 cylinders, and then each one has got 53 cubic inches of displacement. So this is only a 212 cubic inch displacement engine. And the reason that this here is on the side is this is a blower, and it needs that because each time the piston comes down, there are only exhaust valves in the head, so the piston up, ignites the fuel, gives you your power stroke. When it comes down, there's open ports in the side here, and the valves in the top open to let the exhaust out, and this blows once the piston gets past those holes. The blower here blows air in, which pushes clean air into the piston, the chamber, and the exhaust gases out through the valves on the top. And then when the piston comes back up again, it closes those slots on the side of the sleeve, compresses the air, fuel gets injected right before it gets to the top, it ignites, sends the piston down again, gives you another power stroke. So there's only 2 strokes, intake or power stroke, and then a compression stroke. And intake, exhaust are kind of combined in with those. So you more or like twice the cubic inches of power, because it's firing every time the piston comes up instead of every other time like a 4-stroke engine does. That was the factory engine for the Oliver 1950. They used pretty much the same engine in the Oliver 1900. That was a 453. Some of the early ones of those were 2-valve heads. Later ones were 4-valve heads. Oliver first started using the GM 2-stroke engine in the Super 99, which used a 371, which, as you might guess, is a 3-cylinder engine with 71 cubic inches of displacement per cylinder. So that one actually had 1 more cubic inch. It was 213 cubic inches versus the 212 in this one. But this one was designed to run at higher RPMs and would put out more power because of that. Other design improvements. This is what would be considered a front wheel assist tractor. It's got a transfer case you can see down underneath there, and that allows you to engage and disengage the front axle. Essentially, when you're going down the road on hard surfaces, you don't want to have the front axle engaged. It puts extra strain on the drive line, but once you're in the field, turn it on and use it all you want. These have been a very popular tractor among collectors, and a lot of it has to do with that Detroit diesel. That 2-stroke engine has its own sound. It's very loud. That's why there's a set of ear protection sitting up on the seat there. But it makes them sound like they're running twice as fast as what they really are, just because of the whole 2-stroke design. So they just sound awesome. Some people don't like it, but those of us that like power, we like it. How he got his name, Herman, since he was built and bought in 1966. Those of you that remember back then, there was a TV show called The Munsters, and the father of the family was Herman Munster. So since that show was quite popular at that time, the neighbors kind of nicknamed this tractor Herman because it was so large and compared to everything else, just like Herman was on the TV show, and the name stuck. And now he resides in Michigan. And he's just been very popular at shows and on the internet, my videos and stuff. So I finally decided to, I got in touch with Doug Nelson, who he's an artist. You may have seen some of his work in magazines like Oliver Heritage, Heritage Iron, cartoonist, very good at what he does, and a bit of an Oliver guy himself. And he'd contacted me about looking for information on some Oliver stuff, and so I gave him the proposal of designing a t-shirt for me, and he took me up on the challenge. And so I'll kind of throw some up, but I'm going to put a link down in the description because I got some t-shirts set up. We've had a couple produced just to make sure they're going to turn out to our satisfaction. Happy with what we got. So I got a Teespring store. Like I said, link will be down in the description. Got two different designs, well, kind of four. One has Lily, which was Herman's wife, at the bottom, saying the neighbors are complaining again. And then another one with Grandpa Munster, saying when you need to get your loud on. And then the black shirts feature a full moon in the background up above. They just looked really good on the black shirts. We left it off from the white and gray because it just looked out of place on a white shirt, having a full moon out there. And light gray, and those are the colors I'm offering them on. So if you go to the store, you'll see the different choices, and of course they come in all sorts of different sizes. They are direct-to-garment print, which basically means when they get your order, they get a few orders built up, and then they print them with what is a lot like a computer printer that you would print an image on a piece of paper, but this prints on fabric, and then they ship it out. So typically somewhere less than 2 weeks to get it. It depends. You can pay for rush shipping too. The ones we got really turned out nice. I'm really happy with them, and they do, I've had this with all these direct-to-garment prints, they have a bit of a vinegar smell when you first get them. Throw them in the wash them up, and that smell goes right away. And in the meantime, I'm going to fire them up so you can hear the sound of that Detroit diesel engine. We'll take them for a little spin, wrap things up. like the fertilizer boys found a soft spot. Herman don't care. So that's who Herman is, the Oliver 1950. Loads of fun to drive, to use, make noise, annoy the neighbors. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. I had fun making it. Herman's always a joy to drive. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one. We'll put you in here.